Let's get into the biggest game of the NFL weekend, at least as far as Falcons fans are concerned. The Falcons beat their arch rivals and the Saints. It almost feels like a game that they shouldn't have won, which you can look at it two ways. Listen, Raheem Morris has kind of found a couple of ways to win games he probably shouldn't. You talk about the Chiefs game, maybe they should have won that one. But it seems like at the end of games, they're making more plays than the other team is. And that's something that we haven't really gotten used to as Falcons fans. So maybe a little credit to him. But unfortunately, I still left this game thinking, what the hell? Like it's beyond just, okay, the offense wasn't great, didn't have touchdowns. The Saints have a good defense. Like, I thought they looked okay at times. The play calling was whatever. Like, it definitely has to get better, but it's beyond that. I came away looking at two guys. One, our 2 top 10 picks, Kyle Pitts, 0 catches, right? Like, is it time that we just accept? And I've been as hard as Kyle Pitts on anyone that this guy's a bust. Like, we're talking about a 4th overall draft pick. He has 100 yards catching, and we blamed the quarterbacks. We blamed Arthur Smith. We blamed injuries. Like, we always make a mountain of excuses and say, this is going to be the week. This is going to be the year. It just hasn't happened. It hasn't happened since his rookie year. And I don't know if the injuries have really taken a toll on his bodies. Maybe he just isn't that good. But at a certain point, we're talking about a 4th overall draft pick that is basically, a decoy on Sundays. The other one is Bijan Robinson. And listen, I'm the biggest Bijan Robinson fan here. I have one jersey for the Atlanta Falcons. It's Bijan Robinson. I like Bijan Robinson a lot. I think he's electric. I thought he had a chance to become one of the best running backs in the league. I think he's a great 3rd down back. I think he's great out of the backfield. I think he's a great pass blocker. Is he the best runner of the football on this team? I don't think so. That belongs to Tyler Algier, because when he was in the game on Sunday, there was a significant difference in this rushing attack and this offense as a whole. 8 carries for 60 yards for Algier, 7 for 28. At the very least, Algier should be at least splitting carries. I'm not saying snaps, because Bijan Robinson can be your 3rd down guy for sure. He's definitely elite in that role. We're talking about an 8th overall pick that might be best utilized as a 3rd down back, because Tyler Algier is a better runner of the football, which was kind of one of the big reasons, talking points when we drafted him. Why'd we draft him? Because we have this guy that just broke the rookie rushing record for the franchise in his first year, in Algier, who might be a better runner of the football than your 8th overall pick. And Jalen Carter's doing some damn good stuff. And hell, we don't have a pass rush. So I hate to be kind of a Debbie Downer over a big win, but those are the two things that I'm sitting here, I can't stop thinking about today.
I think, I'm going to play both sides of this fence because I do believe in both of the things I'm about to say. And I say it a lot. Feels like I say it a lot about the Falcons. You should never apologize in the NFL for getting an ugly win. Ever, whatsoever. And you can take a couple of Falcons losses and victories in this same breath. Against the Steelers, nobody in Pittsburgh was apologizing for winning that football game. Nobody. The Steelers didn't score a single offensive touchdown, and everybody was happy in Pittsburgh because they came out with a victory. They've done it so many times before. That's just how they win football games. The Chiefs pretty much haven't played good football at all this season and are undefeated. Against the Bengals, they should have lost. A lot of people think they probably should have lost to us Falcons. Nobody is apologizing in Kansas City. With that being said, those two franchises have won a lot in recent years, and they've proven capable of overcoming these, early season questions time and time again. Pittsburgh and Kansas City, that is. Now, Atlanta, that's the other part. Is like, are we capable of overcoming these, questions? We've got a lot of questions about Kirk Cousins, a lot of questions about Zach Robinson, a lot of questions about Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. And frankly, I know the defense has been opportunistic and it stand on its head several times when the Falcons needed them most, but overall, they're not a very good defense. And winning games, with your special teams is not something you can count on a week-to-week basis. That's just not how it is in the NFL. With that being said, do not be sad that you just beat your arch rivals in the New Orleans Saints when they beat you in every single facet of the game, other than special teams and critical mistakes in the red zone and things like that. I think that if you're the Falcons, you wipe your hands clean of it, obviously try and correct what you can, but you turn around quick. We got a Thursday night football game in prime time against the Buccaneers, and this will be who is leading the division after week 5. And I know people are going to say, oh, it's week 5. This is huge. This is a monumental week for the Falcons. Bucs are in front of the division, 3-1 record. They look good. They're certainly beatable. Falcons are going to be favored at home. If you're looking at this Saints win, in a positive aspect, you did everything wrong. Everything wrong. Should have lost this game, and you won this football game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to take anything away from the win, the way that they did it, because listen,
you play like that against the Bucs, you're going to get your butt smoked in
this
prime
team
time.
could be 4-0, they could be 0-4, they end up being 2-2, right? Like, so it's like, listen, I'm not taking away, and I do think the offense is going to get better. I'm not down
only
on the
because it can't get worse.
Yeah, I'm not, but I mean, it's true. I'm not down on, but I am, I'm questioning a lot of the things that we were high on it, and that is the Bijan Robinsons, that is the Kyle Pitts, that is the Zach Robinsons being this savant as a play caller. I think Kirk Cousins is looking a little more aggressive, a little more assertive down the field every single time. I do think we're going to start seeing some more complete and better performances from him. But listen, this team has to get better offensively.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, Zach Robinson has to be better. Kirk Cousins has to be better. We got to figure out a way how to get these picks in. And if they're not the guys, they're not the guys. We got to start focusing on winning football games. And getting Tyler Algier the ball more is a way to help you win football games. I can guarantee that. See that we can look at this negatively about Bijan Robinson, or we can look about it positively about Tyler Algier.
Sunk cost. Let's just, if you're trying to prove yourself right about, Bijan Robinson or Kyle Pitts, you're not the guy for the job. Admit, maybe we were wrong about him and go away from it. And to a certain extent, I think the Kyle Pitts stuff is honestly, again, the excuses, and I hate doing it, but it feels like we've got more plays in our playbook for Ray McLeod to get the ball than Kyle Pitts. And that's a huge, huge problem. Now, again, a certain facet of it is Kyle Pitts. He doesn't look like he's running like he was at Florida or in that first year as a rookie with Matt Ryan. He clearly looks like he's lost his step. Sometimes it looked like he's lethargic running the routes, not necessarily physically, but like mentally. He's not in the game. And maybe I'm just an idiot who's fat and sitting on the couch. I don't know. And then a certain facet is like Kirk Cousins throwing balls, suicide balls to Kyle Pitts. It's like there's so many different things that factor into Kyle Pitts' lack of production that it's hard for me to continue to sit here and make excuses for him when it's the same things that we were talking about for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I think we can accept Kyle Pitts as a bust.
Well,
I think
and you know what does, and it makes it wouldn't be as bad if you didn't have 5 All-Pros taken right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, we need a receiver. Jamar Chase would have looked good. Micah Parsons, we need an edge. He
would be a hell of a tackle for us right now.
I mean, there's just it was a loaded
Pat
draft
Surtain
class.
might be the best cornerback in football.
It was a loaded draft class, and we took the worst player in the top 10. I mean,
well, at least we didn't get Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. I mean, I'd rather have Kyle Pitts than those guys.
Okay. Pat ourselves on the back.
Yep.
Great job, Terry Fontenot. I mean, we'll get more.
Well, he sucks. He's clearly a bad GM.
We'll get more into the Terry Fontenot stuff because that has to be discussed as well.